I was a student. I was probably like a guidance counselor and stuff. The thing about it is, they trusted me explicitly. And I taught the world of every one of them. And they said, Mr. Hilton, they told me this later. They said that first year, for the first 6 months, I guess, was the first year that you hollered and went on and said, we thought you hated us. But said about a half a year on, we got kind of used to it. And then we got to miss it. I said, okay, I'll just be quiet. And if it's bothering you, oh no. I said, now if my old stories are just bothering you, you don't want to hear them anymore. No, we want you. I know Quentin, of course, my youngest son, was working on sculpture, was working in sculpture class, and he could mimic my life. And everything would get real quiet. And he'd go, and it would give me tickle, and it'd get the other students tickled. And when nobody would say anything, it's just funny, like this snigger and stuff. And I thought it's funny. You got to laugh. You got to do it all as a teacher. But I believe all the sign painters, about all the sign painters in Kingsport are students, former students. But I don't know. I've lost count of where I was in the beginning of that.
That's okay.
That's where I'm. Let me see. What was the original question?
Well, I just wondered, if there were any particular instances about mentoring.
That,
yeah.
Any of those students along the line could have come to me at any time. Now, I didn't want them calling me all the time. I'd give them lectures on that. If you got something that's really, you can wait till the next day, catch me in the hall, stay after school. You come down here, I'll be here. After school, I wasn't the first out the door. I was one of the last ones to leave the building. So I stayed around for students, and a lot of times I was just working on something that I wanted to do. That's carbon brick or something. But I don't want you calling me because I'm at home working. And you just wait till the next day. Phone would ring off the wall. And that's part of being a mentor. The thing about it is being available. They knew I was available. If something was important, really important, they knew that yes, they could call and ask me what that was. But I didn't get many phone calls over the years. But I'd get letters and cards, and a lot of I loved you things. They did that, and bless their hearts. And I kept their little old I love you. Now I know that. I told you this. I broke this stuff up. You can see that I'd have these pictures of the cow on the wall. I had one as an ore bank. I said, now over an ore bank, the ore bank was about like, what is his name? Well, anyway, I can't think of the name of the place. Ore bank is kind of like Hicksville, kind of hicky, except I got an artist out there you wouldn't believe. They say, Mr. Hilton, you're an all-time poking fun at ore bank. I said, well, they deserve it. They've earned it. But I say, now, okay, I won't put any old cow with, say, an ore bank and it's got a Mexican on the side of it. I won't put that up and say, this is ore bank cow. And I won't put that time at the painters came down through ore bank painting the white stripes in the middle of the highway, and they ran across a possum and just kept playing. They didn't even kick that possum out of the way to show you how lazy they are. They painted that stripe right over the top of that possum. I said those overbankers thought it was a skunk. Oh, God. I just kid them like that, and it's just overbank. Just kind of picked on them. But they said, no, we want you. I said, okay, I riled you up enough that you're some man. You don't want me mentioning your place over there, Orbank. I've done told you that I get more good artists out of Orbank than any community. I've already told you that many times. And I did. And I said, look at the Orbankers in here. And they'd be, half of them be Orbankers. But I didn't pick and stuff, but I think I kept a lot of it like that picture of me and stuff. But they say make I said something, somebody over in Orbank, I said he's a hunky flunker, and I say there's sometimes they come around, they said Mr. Hilton do that hunky, they had cameras, and they got over, and I said I never want to really do the hunky flunker, flunky hunker. And they said, yeah, and I'd get one. Okay, and they took pictures on me. I'll show you the picture. That's where that boy drew that one. All me said the mud monster. But they just thought that was great, that I'd make that wildfire. I've never seen a teacher do that in the class. Except it was not, it was all that. You think, you're going to give them these preaching lessons every day. No, it didn't. I'm telling you, walking by, they say, you see anything wrong with that, Mr. Hill? Say, you got a little bump on that circle right there. You got that thing growing a wart on it or something. It's just that do the best you can and try the hardest you can, but if we do something that's funny, we're going to laugh. We're going to laugh about it. We're all going to hee-haw about painting over possums. We could, over in Orbank, I'd say over in Orbank, they had that for supper. They called it possum on the, they put it on a hubcap, called it possum on a half shell. And this one wild stuff. In with most of it was just downright love. We loved art. I loved the students. Students told me, and they wrote cards and notes to me. They loved me. Boys and girls. Didn't make any difference. I'd say I had as many love letters from boys. Boys have a way of wanting to put it not as, I love you, in little hearts. They want to draw you a picture, like the mud monster and the flunky hunker. And I started that. That, in a way, says, we like what you do. The way you teach and tell us about this old stuff.